What's going on, guys? I'm Chris.
I'm Trevor, and welcome back to the Film Saga podcast.
A place where two film geeks are here to keep you stocked up on film content. That was a pretty good intro. I think we might have actually been in sync through the entire thing.
Yeah, I tried to match you saying welcome back to the Film Saga podcast, but it's all good. We're getting there, and this is a much more laid back episode of the podcast. But you guys can find us over on the Film Stock YouTube channel. There's the video version there, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, Google Podcast, over on Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify. You can find us at the Film Saga podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and give us a review. And meeting the world. Thanks for listening. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I am happy to be here. We were talking about this earlier. It feels like this past week and just weeks in general lately have been like going by so fast, but they feel like an eternity at the same time. And you were saying people are like, "Oh, you're crazy for thinking that." Well, I'm right there with you. It feels super weird.
Yeah, it's like so weird. Like I was like literally right before this, we were saying I was like a week ago, I was like, God, I don't even barely remember last week's podcast. It was the Star Wars Mocksters, and I was like, and like how much stuff happened in last week, and like maybe because of DC FANDOME, like that really took my brain yesterday, you know. But like so much has happened. I guess I told you, I'm like, I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever, and it's only been a week, you know. I was like, it's really weird. I'm a weird guy though.
Yeah, I know. And life in general has just been weird right now. Like college classes started back for me. For anyone who didn't know that. It's a weird time. I know that you're busy with work sometimes, but every Sunday it's podcast Sunday, and that's something to look forward to.
Yeah,
no,
like sure is.
DC fandom. That's the question I want to start today. What is it?
I haven't called it DC fandom.
Okay,
DC fandom.
I don't know. Maybe I'm illiterate. I don't know. I just say fandom. Like I think sounds cool, but it could definitely be fandom. I'm sure some DC fans will let us know down below.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's DC fandom. I've been saying either or. I think it's like potato at this point, you know. But
tomato. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I say potato, tomato. It's all the same. It's all the same. But we can start with DC, or we can kind of talk about, because I know you went to the movies. Like, how was that, dude? I'm so jealous of you.
It was amazing, dude. I got to see Inception on the big screen, the 10-year anniversary, and not only did I get to see Inception, I got a behind-the-scenes look at Tenet, and man, there was so much attention to detail put into that film, and they actually shut down an entire freeway. Like, they showed that behind the scenes. Robert Pattinson literally said, he's like, I don't think there's ever going to be a movie like made like this ever again. They shut down like an entire...
Oh, it's lagging bad. I don't know if you're there or not. Are you there? No. Are you there? Can you hear me?
My Wi-Fi went out, so if you're listening and there was a lag there, I really do apologize.
I was talking. I said, "Oh no, you went out." I looked at my phone. I thought my thing went out. So that happens.
Yeah,
It
happens. Hey, we can't run with it. Just like this whole entire time with the pandemic. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But if you're listening on the audio version, I'm very sorry. Video, you'll probably see like, "Oh, Chris froze." But yeah, I want to apologize for that. But I was saying they shut down the whole freeway for Tenet. And Robert Pattinson was like, yeah, nothing like this has ever happened. Probably won't happen again. It looks insane. I'm getting major Inception vibes, but Inception on the big screen, dude, fully enhanced the experience.
Can I just admit something to you that I don't think I've admitted to anyone ever? I've never finished Inception. I've never watched the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying. Like, no lie, I should add it to my 100 movies list, so I watch it. Because I watched it like years ago, and there was like 30 minutes left, and I never finished it.
You got to finish it, right? It's one of the definitive Nolan films. It's my favorite Nolan movie. It's been solidified as that.
Yeah. So like I loved the parts I saw. I don't really remember the film at all, but like I saw it. I was like maybe a sophomore in high school. I was like 14, 15. I'm 21 now. So I don't really remember the movie. And like whenever you're talking about it, you know, I'm kind of like, don't tell me, because I don't know. Yeah. But came clean, folks. I apologize. I have not seen all of Inception.
Trevor just got a brick off his chest, lifted the load off his shoulders.
I feel much better.
Confessed to the movie community.
I was about to say my confession of the day.
Never finished Inception, that's crazy. But hey, I think you'll like it a lot if you finish it. And I'm sure you probably already know. You know what happens? Like,
no, I don't know what happens at the end. People try to talk about it, but like I own it right here for the video version. I'm showing my Blu-ray copy. It's a fire slipcover, $6 at Target. I love that slipcover. But in your video, you spun the quarter.
I did.
Right? It was a quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, I spun like a quarter to emulate that. Yeah. But that was awesome. Zimmer's score on the big screen, dude, chills down my spine.
I know, I bet. I don't know if I've seen he did The Dark Knight, right? And all those he did. So I've seen all those on the big screen, but I never got to see like Man of Steel. Didn't see it in theaters. Didn't see Inception in theaters. Like to see like his epic scores like those, like that would be awesome to see in theaters. But then you went twice this weekend. You pulled a me because I used to live at the theaters 2-3 times a weekend, every weekend. Just tell them what you saw, you bastard.
I saw Empire Strikes Back, the fifth, not really the second Star Wars movie, but it's episode 5 if you follow the Star Wars lore. And wow, it was really cool to see it on the big screen. Not gonna lie, like it was. I love Star Wars. The original trilogy is my favorite of all time, and it was an awesome experience. Like I'd seen the movie so many times, I was like, I didn't have to pay my full attention. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was paying attention, but like I was looking in the background at like all the details, like listening to the sound to try and like the sounds because I was in the theater. But Luke v. Vader was like a standout scene, but the asteroid field scene. Never tell me the odds. Like the score there,
I love that.
It gave me chills, man. I loved that. But I will say, I wish that I could have seen New Hope on the big screen, the first Star Wars. That's the one that, like, when I get to see that on the big screen, that will be the day I will like lose it.
That one's honestly, I feel like of the original trilogy, they never show that because when theaters were going to open in California, for those who don't know, in California, theaters are being assholes and not opening. Sorry to swear, but there's not opening. It sucks. But like when they were going to open, it had Empire, it had Force Awakens, and it didn't have any prequels, which I figured, but it didn't have A New Hope or Return of the Jedi, which I thought was crazy because A New Hope is like damn good. Damn good.
It is. And you know what? I don't know what the contract is, but it's because George Lucas directed A New Hope and the prequels that they're not showing. Like he actually directed them, but at the same time, like he was there overseeing everything with Empire. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I need to see A New Hope in theaters. I have to.
Yeah, and I'm sure one day they'll toss it back there, but like it's crazy that they don't. Like, why not do like you can almost do like a 3 movie, like you sell 3 tickets in one. Like, hey, have a marathon of Star Wars, you know? Like I was gonna do that with A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2 back in March when everything went to hell. I had my tickets. It was like the week before. Had my tickets. I was like, dude, a day early. So I was about to beat everyone, get the review out and everything. I was like, A Quiet Place Part 1 and 2. I don't know if I'll be able to be quiet for that long, but I was gonna be able to. And dude, it sucks. And theaters are no sign of opening at all. But I know you went to theaters. I myself kind of went to the theaters this weekend. It was the drive-in theaters. Haven't been there since I was in high school. And then I was just looking for something to do because I can't go to a restaurant right now. And for those who also don't know, California is unfortunately like on fire. So like everything's closing down again. So smoky here. And it's bad. It's a scary world we live in, you know. 2020, man. Zombies are coming next. I'm saying, dude. It's
a race here, man. Let's hop in the DeLorean and get out of here.
I'm saying, dude, I want to go back to like 2019 or 2018 when we got to see all the movies we wanted to see and life was chill. I was like,
I would have taken more advantage of the time. Like, I feel like Ebenezer Scrooge, like in A Christmas Carol, like seeing like how he should change his life. Like, I would have gone to the movies way more frequently. I'd be like, I'll just catch that on Netflix or whatever. But I don't care. Like the experience, I'm starting to take it for granted more. Like, or not take it for granted as much. Like, I'm starting to appreciate it more.
Yeah, and I'm glad you do because like I went like on a Thursday night, my dad would be like, "What are you seeing tonight?" Or my family would be like, "What are you seeing tonight?" And I'd be like, "Going to see this." And like, if a movie I didn't really want to see or not, I just loved being there. Like last year, I went to go see Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I didn't want to see it, but I wanted to be at the theater because that was my Thursday night thing. I was like, and I knew the employees there. Like I would talk to them. Like it was like the name basis, you know. And like, I can't wait for it to be able. But anyways, I went to the drive-ins and I went to go and see Unhinged, and then I didn't post a review about it or anything. Honestly, I didn't need to. I can tell my quick thoughts here. Unhinged is it's dumb, man. It's like literally like you get road rage, I get road rage, but do you want to kill people after you get road rage?
No, I would never act on it.
That's what I'm saying. So like this lady just honks her horn aggressively because she's having a bad day. And he gets like Russell Crowe. Has her son roll down the window and he's like, I don't even get a courtesy tap, like a bump, 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 like a little, he honks on his horn. And then she's like, I'm having a real bad day, buddy. The lady actress is not very good. And he's like, you having a bad day? I don't know. I won't swear, but like, you don't even know what the F a bad day is. And he starts killing her family. And I was like, I looked at my girlfriend and we're in the car. So my girlfriend's like, Yep. And she starts going on her phone. And it got to the point, like, it turned like slasher / Final Destination. Like, a police car getting ran over by a semi just out of nowhere. You're like, whoa. Yeah. And the budget must have been huge for this movie because there's explosions, people getting lit on fire, and it looked good. Like, it looked amazing. I was like, what's the budget for this film? Because, like, this is not, like, as bad as I thought it was going to look. And, like, overall, it was an hour and a half. It was stupid. But at the end of the movie, we're all in our cars, right? So, like, you have to drive away. And, like, one thing everyone's saying is, like, I won't get road rage again. And you know what? After seeing this, I won't. You don't know what kind of day person's having. I'm not going to honk at them. I'm not going to yell at them. So these two people are leaving in the parking lot. Like, you're in a parking lot on these little hills so you can see the screen. Yeah. And a car comes whipping, like, 20 miles per hour in the parking lot. And this car tries to cut them off. And they, like, no lie, it would have been a bad accident. They're both going like 20 miles per hour in a parking lot, and they pin each other. And the dude rolls down his window like, "You effing man for screaming!" And I was like, "Did we not just watch this movie?" Like, they're all just yelling. I was like, "God, people are crazy." I was like, "Oh man!" But that was I gotta chill. I gotta see a new movie that wasn't at home. And no lie, dude, I had so much fun. Like, it was like wasn't the same thing as being back on the theater, but like it was close enough. I mean, I was in my girlfriend's car. Her stereo's freaking bumping, so we set up a bunch of pillows like in the back of the her seats went down, and like the trunk lifts open so you can see out the whole car. And it looked good, it sounded good, it was dark, you could see the film, and I was so excited that I got to go out and see a movie. I was a little kid all over again. So if I have to see New Mutants, Tenet, all these movies at the drive-in, butter me up and call me toast, dude. I'm going.
It's funny you talk about the drive-in. I've been to a drive-in twice in like South Georgia where my grandpa lives. There's a drive-in. I think it's Georgia's oldest, I want to say. And I saw Star Trek Into Darkness there, and I saw Ant-Man there. And those are the only movies I've seen at the drive-in. But you can like, it's different than the theater because you can go on your phone, right? Like, they can't stop you from going on your phone. Like, it's not like in the movie theater itself where if you do that, someone's gonna like yell at you, or
people are doing.
It's also just mad disrespectful.
Yeah, people are doing much worse things than going on the phone at the drive-in.
Oh yeah,
this is true. It smells like just pot. People are, fiddling in their cars and they're all having fun.
Like something out of the 80s or something.
Yeah, exactly. You don't go drive-ins to watch a movie. Yeah. You go to the drive-ins to hang out, get some action, bro.
But anyway, as I want to say something, when I went to the theater, like the first time I felt really comfortable with regards to the pandemic thing. Like, everyone was wearing a mask, and like there was like 3 other people in the theater, 4 maybe.
Sure.
But when I saw Empire, there was like a ton more people in there. Not like a ton. I think it was like 40% capacity. But I went to the bathroom before the movie started, and I came back, and like there was someone sitting in the chair. Like there was only one chair next to me, but there were signs like, if you're uncomfortable, feel free to move. So I was like, let's just move up a row. We sat like 2 rows from the front, like super close. This time I didn't care. And there was like 3 seats, like handicap capacity, but no one was there. So we sat in those 2. And I felt a lot better. I was super close to the screen. So I was low key, like looking up the whole time.
Yeah.
A little bit actually. And it was kind of distracting being that close. I usually don't sit like super close to the front. But the experience nonetheless was still great. And I will be going back to the theater. I know that they're going to continue to be strict about the pandemic guidelines. So I'm looking forward to heading back. Maybe see a New Mutants in theaters. That might be the first release for me.
You need to see
watching the video version. Comment down below if I should see New Mutants, because I'm on the fence right now. I'm on the fence.
Yeah, I think you should, because like you just said a couple minutes ago, like you appreciate going to movies you want to go, but like aren't you kind of excited to see what like the fuss has been about with the New Mutants?
A little bit.
Do I think it's gonna be good? No. Do I think it's gonna be bad? No. I just want to see like what went wrong with this and how did it turn out. It's kind of like it's 50-50. It's either going to be wow or it's going to be like, oh yeah, I expected that,
So is it like in the X-Men universe, but it's like its own New Mutants? Like we haven't seen them before, so it's kind of like a Rogue One in the Star Wars universe, where like new characters, but it still takes place in the same universe.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll probably give it a shot then.
Kind of a horror movie in a way too.
Yeah, I've seen it. Has Arya Stark in it.
Maisie Williams. I think she's so young then. This was like 5 years ago. Started making it.
And then it has Charlie Heaton, I think is the actor's name. He plays Jonathan Byers in Stranger Things.
Okay.
I know you're not familiar with that show, but
I don't watch Stranger Things. No, I need to get on it. I know, but probably never gonna.
Yeah.
I think one of the girls who was in it as well was also in Split. She was like the main girl in Split. As recently, Emma, I believe she's in that. She's good. She's a good actress. But like Maisie Williams, like I think Maisie Williams and I are the same age. I'm like in love with Maisie Williams, dude. I think she's great, and I'm excited to see her in this. So, like I said, I probably have to go to the drive-ins to see it, and I'm hoping the drive-ins get it. I mean, they got Unhinged, so why wouldn't they get New Mutants? And Unhinged at my drive-ins, no lie, it was packed. Like, there wasn't like a spot available. The cars all next to us, and we're in our car, so it doesn't matter. But like, it was packed, dude. I was like, dang, good for the drive-ins, man.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe I want to see a resurgence because I would love to make that a thing again. Like normalize drive-ins. That's what I want to start like a trend thing.
Well,
like hashtag normalize drive-ins.
Well, like in California, the drive-ins, that's about 35 minutes from me. The one in Sacramento is open like pretty much year-round because we're very blessed in California with sunny skies majority of the year round. Obviously, not now. We have fires everywhere, but like it's normally of the year it's sunny. Like, December, you can go see a drive-in movie. You know, they generally close towards wintertime, so no one gets stuck in mud and all that. And I don't think you can watch a wet screen. But no, like over summer, they probably make a lot of money. It's $8.25 a person to go. And then they sell snacks there, all that. And our drive-in, our theater to see Unhinged, it was pretty busy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they're doing the business. But, you know, a movie that I think we would both love to see on the biggest screen possible, Tenet, obviously, but maybe this little movie called The Batman that might have gotten a trailer.
Oh, nice
at this thing called DC Fandom, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. It is what it is. But the Batman trailer, you put out a video for this, didn't you?
I put out
got doing pretty
5
good
videos yesterday.
Yeah,
5 videos yesterday. I went full YouTube grind. Yeah, as Chris and I always say, is grind, don't stop.
Yeah,
if we could trademark that, we will, because we've been saying that for months. But I was just watching the DC Fandome. I didn't know really exactly what to expect. I didn't think we'd get any trailers, maybe some new stills, some posters, and started off with a bang. The Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. Have you seen that?
Still haven't seen it.
Come on, man. Oh my God.
Homework, yeah.
So that trailer, I did like trailer reactions for all these like videos I enjoy making because that's how I act when I watch these videos. Anyway, it's beside the point. But the Wonder Woman 84 trailer, it's 84, right? Yeah, not 89.
Yep, 84.
84. Okay, I get confused with 84 and 9. I don't know why, but it looks really good. I'm excited to see how Steve Trevor's in there. But like, I was rewatching the trailer before we started talking today, and I was like, you can dream like anything you want. There was like a line of that in there, and then all of a sudden we see Steve Trevor, Chris Pine's character, and I was like, oh, something's gonna be an illusion. But seeing Cheetah, I don't understand the hate. I thought Cheetah looked good. Everyone's like comparing it to Cats. I'm like, how are you comparing this to Cats? I haven't seen Cats, but Cats didn't look good. But like,
I'm gonna look up some pictures of Cheetah right now because I haven't.
Yeah, do that. I thought she looked good. I think seeing her like not on our computer screens, like on the big screen, I think Cheetah's gonna look badass. We didn't get a release date for Wonder Woman 84. I'm excited to see when it's gonna come out. Then we got behind the scenes footage
for anyone watching the video version.
That's her. Yeah.
That's her? Okay.
Doesn't look
that bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks better than Cats, like you were saying.
Yeah, I think it could look better, but I don't think it looks as bad. It's like 50-50. Like, it's like 60-40. 60% say it looks good, but the other 40% like, no, it looks stupid. It looks stupid. Unsubscribe. Yeah. People get crazy and cynical. The Suicide Squad drops some behind-the-scenes footage, and there's no way this movie's going to be bad. There is no way, because like the Suicide Squad before, I am a fan. I know most people aren't. I know it has its problems. It's lower tier DCEU, and this is, everyone doesn't know. Chris, where does this movie sit on your all-time list?
There's a quote from the great Brad Pitt's character, Billy Bean in Moneyball. There's great teams, there's good teams, there's 50 feet of crap, and then there's us. And that's Suicide Squad from 2016.
I know. Yep. And I honestly, I can see what people don't like about it. I can. And seeing this trailer and this cast, and I get the last time you saw the trailer, see the cast, it wasn't a trailer, it was behind the scenes, just to see how confident all these people were in James Gunn. Like, actors are saying, like, there's no one else to make this movie besides James Gunn. Idris Elba was like, I can't believe they even thought about this stuff. Like, it is going to be so awesome. You have John Cena, who I'm not the biggest fan of in movies, but like, I'm excited for his character. He's like, I'm like a douchebag Captain America. I was like, I am.
I saw on Twitter. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, plays the Weasel. And it was like, it showed a video, trailer, like snippet of him like licking a metal crate. And it just looks weird. It looks funny. And they dropped the trailer and they dropped the mic. I was like, oh, it's not going to get better than that. You had Wonder Woman 84. Then you had the Suicide Squad. I bought a Suicide Squad shirt. I'm so pumped for it. I was like, oh, it's not going to be better than this. Had a couple of weak panels. I'm doing like a full recap, so I can stop if you want.
No, that's totally cool. I'm down.
The Aquaman 2 panel, I think it wasn't ready. Like, I don't think they started filming that movie yet. So I'm not exactly sure why they were there, but they're saying Ocean Master is going to be. Have you seen Aquaman?
No.
Okay.
I've stopped watching DCEU films, as in like the films with like Batman, Superman. I stopped watching them after Justice League, so I have not seen Shazam, Aquaman, or Birds of Prey. I have seen Joker. That's like its own thing. I love Joker. We'll probably talk about that later. But I'll watch those movies before, and I'll catch up. I'll catch up, people.
You need to, because Aquaman. Those are all fun movies. Shazam, Aquaman, and Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey is fantastic, but Shazam and Aquaman are really fun. Aquaman 2 had a panel. The character of Ocean Master is going to be returning. I think his name's Patrick Wilson. He's in the Conjuring movies. I believe that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yep. Yeah, so he's returning. I liked him in the movie. Or no, I don't know if it is. I'm gonna look it up real fast.
I know that Pete Davidson's in this, dude. I don't know if you've talked about him yet. But
the Suicide Squad, Pete Davidson is in it. Yeah.
Yes. The
Everyone's
Suicide Squad.
Pete
I'm excited for. King Shark is also in there.
King Shark, yeah.
And you know, the funny thing is I have not read the comics of the Suicide Squads, though. No. I'm just going based on literally what I've read and seen so far. And they all it looks absolutely bizarre, eccentric. But, you know, people said that about Guardians of the Galaxy. I'll kind of buy in. I'm starting to buy in. I separate it from the Suicide Squad that I don't like, because this is a new movie. It's James Gunn. I love the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The second one is fun. It's one of my like lesser when it comes to like MCU. It's not like in the top. It's probably closer to the bottom, but it's still got its moments. And he knows how to direct and write team up movies with superheroes of kind of outcasts. And I think that's what this movie is going to tackle. And I'm excited. So
yeah, no, I am so damn pumped. I'm trying to find, because then this is the poster for the video people watching. It's the quick poster they just released. Dude, it's looking straight dope. Like, it looks awesome. I was like, I need to buy that. And then they announced that the Flash, Ezra Miller came back on as the Flash, Barry Allen. So that was cool. They're announcing that like Batfleck and Michael Keaton are in the Flash. They dropped a couple stills of what the Flash is going to look like, a new suit. That looked really cool. It's obviously concept art, so we're getting there. That one was a fun one. You had Shazam 2. That one was the most fun panel, because Zachary Levi is like, he reminds me of John Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds. He's just like a dorky, funny dude, naturally funny, and he's handsome as all hell. So he's just talking with the cast of Shazam, and they're like, we can't show any footage. We can't talk about any powers, and they're just making a big joke about it. And then the little girl is like drawing a poster, and she's like, what if I show, like, here, this is what I drew, and it's called Shazam 2, Fury of Gods, I think it's called. And like everyone's like, is that our title? There.
That's the only
there's our title. And that was like the announcement they did. I was like, that was really well done. It was only about 10 minutes. I was like, it's maybe 7 minutes. Like, that was a lot of fun. I was laughing. I was having fun. Black Adam dropped some like a concept art trailer. It's obviously animated stuff, but I was like, whoa, Black Adam's gonna be dope. I think they have Dr. Fate, who I'm unfamiliar with. I was talking to certain vids about it a little bit. Dr. Fate's gonna be sick, but like Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam, he's like an anti-hero. He's like one of the most powerful beings ever, and I think they confirmed he's gonna be going head to head with Shazam and Superman, which is gonna be freaking dope. Then we have Static Shock got announced, getting his own movie. I don't know too much about Static Shock. I remember kind of watching him as a kid. I was like, okay, that's cool. But then now we're getting to one of my most anticipated things of the day besides the Batman. The Snyder Cut.
I thought you were going to say the Batman. Oh, go ahead with the Snyder Cut. Get your spiel out. I'll let you have it.
You don't want to see the Snyder Cut?
Well, I didn't even watch anything. No, I'm not that pumped for it. I hate to be that guy, but
so
I know you are though.
I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I am, and I enjoy the Justice League from Edu. It has its problems. Trust me. You can just tell that like studio interference is whack. But like they showed Darkseid, they showed Black Suit Superman, they showed the United Seven, and then they had one of the coolest lines at the end of the trailer, and it's like Ben Affleck's like Ezra Miller, Barry Allen goes like, you guys, like, he's probably killed thousands of like devils, and like he's like, what are we gonna do? It's any different? And Ben Affleck goes like, I don't care any thousand devils he killed and how many hills. He's never fought us. Not us united. And then it went, I was like, I got chills saying it, dude. Oh my God. I was like, the United Seven. I was like, no way. And like, when I first watched it, I didn't even catch it. And then I was after everyone's tweeting United Seven. I was like, what a dummy. That's why he said that. And like seeing Black Suit Superman was just awesome. Snyder Cut's gonna be dope. It's coming out next year in 4 parts. It's 4 hours, 1 hour parts on HBO Max.
They are doing the 4 parts thing that I've
Yes.
That's the way I said I would like to see it if I decide to watch it. So they are going to do that.
Yeah. And then I think he said they might try to merge it. If they throw that into theaters, a 4-hour movie, I'm there. If they put it on Steelbook, I'm buying that. Blu-ray, please. I'm very happy for Zack Snyder. They all look happy about it, and it's gonna be sick. But now we can get to the main thing. Sorry for a whole recap. I had no lie. Yesterday was one of the best days of my life, and I say that sincerely. Like, I had so much fun watching this stuff. Like,
that's good, yeah.
They should do it. The DC should do it every year. And like, I'm an MCU diehard, but like DC got me way more excited than Phase 4 for MCU right now. We could talk about that another time. That might be a hot take. The Batman. I was watching the panel, and then I guess it leaked early online, and I found that over on Elliot Movie Files. He was doing Instagram Live, and then he told me over there, he's like, "Yo, they dropped the trailer," and I was like, "What? They dropped the trailer?" And he was like, "And it's dope." I didn't watch it early. I waited for the panel, and I was so ready on board for it. And I was like, I watched the trailer probably like 1,000 times. Like, oh my God. I sent it to all my buddies, showed my girlfriend. I watched it, and I dude, you watched the trailer, yeah?
I sent it to my brother, and then one of my brother's good friends, I think his roommate, I believe, we always talk about like big movies like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Did you see the Batman trailer?" I was like, "Yeah, it looks awesome." It looks like the thing I personally love about it is like I've played the Batman Arkham games. Like those are so awesome. I know you were talking about this earlier. Yeah. And I feel like it's going to be that Batman, and that's like my favorite like iteration of Batman. Like I love those games. I've played them so much. Especially Origins is the one where like you have to do a lot of there's Riddler trophies in everyone, but there's like a lot to do with the Riddler in that. And the Riddler is a very prominent part of this movie.
Paul Dano is going to kill it. Jeffrey Wright as Gordon. He just looked right away. You just know who, like, it looks like Gordon. Like you're just like, God, there he is. But seeing like the video, like you see Batman's boots, but like when they're like, why would he write this to you? And it shows me the letter to the Batman. And then it shows Robert Pattinson for the first time in the trailer. I got chills on my butt, dude. I don't even care. I was so excited. I lost my mind. I was like, you're kidding me right now. He looked fiercely good. It looked gorgeous in that suit. That's all I can say. He looked absolutely gorgeous in that suit. I was like, speechless. Like, and then obviously the whole trailer is great, but like hearing the riddle in the background when the scene's playing on, let's play a game.
You've dove into this trailer way more than me. I've seen it probably 2 or 3 times. I know you've seen it more. I'll probably watch it a few more times after this. But like what I did pick up on the first few times was that he is Batman straight up. Like I can't wait to see it, dude.
He's Batman, dude.
I feel like everyone, even before like it became like super like trendy on the trend on social media, like Twitter and stuff, was like the scene where he like beats the crap out of the dude and he's like, "I'm vengeance." Like I feel like everyone the first time they watched that was the standout in the trailer. Like it has to be, right? That's the moment in the trailer where you're like, I'm here for this. I feel like that intentionally they designed it like that. And if you didn't think that was the best part of the trailer, I'm glad you enjoyed other parts, but you're crazy because you're
crazy. Yeah, like they just cut the score playing in the background was beautiful. Probably one of my favorite parts of the trailer.
So
but like
good.
It just cut it. Who the hell are you supposed to be? And
like he just like pow, like the way he hits him on the ground.
And he's like, "I'm vengeance," and you just hear the sounds of the punches. I was like, Sunny Beach. So we talk about Pattinson for a sec, or Battinson, as everyone's starting to call him.
Yeah.
When we first got announced, I wasn't that excited. It got announced like a year ago, right? I got announced a minute ago.
Maybe even over a year, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a while. I was like, I don't know. I saw the movie The King last year. Top 15 favorite movie of the year for me last year, starring Timothée Chalamet, and Robert Pattinson was the co-star. He had about 10 minutes of screen time, but he did this French accent. He was playing this French prince. You just watch him alone in the movie. I was like, this guy is going to kill it as Batman. Just watching dude, you should hear his French accent. It's crazy good. Oh, he was so good in the 10 minutes he had in that movie. I was like, this dude's going to kill it. And then seeing this trailer, I was like, I'm making a prediction right now. It's going to be better than all the Nolan movies. All the Nolan Batman's. Dark Knights.
Wow.
I'm making a prediction right now.
First, folks. Hot take.
I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't know.
I think it is. No, I think it's just a hot take just because of like the
love for Nolan, obviously.
Of the Nolan trilogy right now. Like, and The Dark Knight is like, we've talked about, it's like, that's so many people's like favorite movie. Like, and you know what? Phenomenally, but
thinking about it, I talk about it all the time. Like me and you I think like the love for the trilogy is a little much, but like The Dark Knight, like I like rewatch Dark Knight Rises more, but The Dark Knight probably is in my top 10, maybe top 7 of all time.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
It's great. It's so good.
It is, yeah. But like, I think this is going to take elements from every prior iteration of Batman and make it like great. And it's definitely like, I've heard other people say this, of course, by the way, like, I've heard Matt Reeves, I want to say, my friend told me this, like a family friend, this was probably around Christmas time. He was saying, I heard in an interview that Matt Reeves listened to Thank God for the Rain, the Bernard Herrmann score from Taxi Driver, while he was like writing the script, because it's going to be the detective noir, like really dark and gritty version of Batman. And that's what the trailer delivered on. But I definitely got like 70s Scorsese vibes with it, of course. Obviously David Fincher, like, I mean, Seven, of like stuff like that.
Yes,
and then,
I've heard that too.
Yep. And then like Saw as well. I think Colin said that too. But yeah, Saw.
Yeah.
Saw vibes. Yeah. Saw, of course, like the first Saw.
Yeah. Man, I never got the Saw vibes. I more got the Seven vibes, though. Okay. Like, I think John Flickinger said this is like Seven meets something. Forget what he said it was.
I saw like a bunch of tweets that were like comparing it all. It's in this realm of like crime drama on the grittier side. And I think Saw has elements like that, especially mainly like Jigsaw. You can compare it to like Riddler. And like the opening shot of the trailer is like a dude who's like got a bag around his head with blood. Yeah. And that alone, you get like a trap vibe from that.
No, I can see that. Yeah, I guess I can see that. I'm just excited for it, man. The trailer. I'm honestly now, I'm irritated. We have to wait over a year for this damn movie.
It was going to come out. Wasn't it going to come out like in October? Or no, when was it going to come out originally?
October next year. I think it was July of next year. Then it got moved, or maybe something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Because it's October of next year now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because only 25% done. That was from 20. Everyone's saying it, but that's that trailer. How good that trailer was from 25% of the movie. Some of that might not even be in it. But like, no lie, what got my peaches tingling was seeing Catwoman and Batwoman fight. Batwoman.
Catwoman's in the movie.
Yeah. Catwoman and Batman fight. I don't know if you caught that. I watched the trailer. I did a video breaking down the trailer scene by scene, shot by shot, like paused on like all these shots. And like so fun to dissect this trailer. But like also seeing the Batmobile, just like an old school like Charger with the thing on. I was like, yes. It wasn't like this decked out thing. I love the Nolan Batmobile. Don't be wrong, but like this one was like it was at a different speed, and I was like, oh, give me more. I can't believe I have to wait over a year for this damn movie. Give me more. So
and
good.
Then even so, there's also. Like Colin Farrell's in this movie. Apparently that's him. Like, is it him? We don't know, but we know he's playing Penguin. Like, we've seen that announced like a long time ago.
Yes.
But like, if that is him behind all that prosthetic makeup, unrecognizable. Absolutely unrecognizable.
Oscar will go to best makeup for that. But I've heard 99% of the people I've heard, 99.9% of people I've heard said that's Colin Farrell. Only one person said it wasn't. That was Griffin Schiller. He said he had sources that say it's not him. But like I'm leaning toward the side of Fandango, Regal, Rotten Tomatoes saying, look how great Colin Farrell looks, you know, like these big multi-million-dollar companies. I was like, I don't think they would put out something if it wasn't true, you know. But like Colin Farrell as the Penguin, dude. Just it was a little snippet, like a little like 2 seconds. If you weren't paying attention, you would miss him.
Yeah. Also, did it show Andy Serkis in the trailer?
He talked.
He
had a voice in the background. You can hear it. It's very distinct, but you can hear him as Alfred. I forgot he was playing Alfred. I was of course he has to be with Matt Reeves because he did the Ape show, the Apes duology. You know, the second and third Apes. I was like, of course he had to be in it. And he was like, "You become quite the celebrity." You can hear his voice in the background. You're like,
I can't wait to rewatch this trailer because I watched it late at night and then I think I watched part of it this morning. So like 2, and then like the third, like I've watched that scene of him like saying "I'm vengeance" like 20 times. Like I've seen that the most.
Someone posted on my video a link to his YouTube channel. I was like, oh god, okay, someone's trying to promote. But then it was just a video of saying "I'm vengeance," and he titled it "I'm vengeance." It had like 4,000 views of just that saying "I'm vengeance," and I was like, wow, dude.
There's probably a video of that's like "I'm vengeance" for 2 hours. Like there will be like loops of like quotes and stuff or like memes for like blank for 10 hours. Like and people will watch it. It's really weird. Really weird.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
So I said this. Did I say it already on this podcast? I'm more excited for these DC movies than anything in Phase 4.
You did say that, yeah. And I think that yes, this is a big deal for DC. I'll just say this. We talked about this before, and I think Endgame like the level of hype for Endgame and Infinity War is unmatched. Like, I don't think that we'll ever see that again in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know how long they're gonna kind of drag it out in a sense. I don't know how long they're gonna run with the MCU. But like anything in Phase 4, I'm not as excited as I was for Endgame. There's no more Tony Stark or Cap, and those were like the two. They were the glue of that part of the Infinity Saga. And Iron Man's my favorite Marvel character, so he's not there anymore. It's like I'm excited for like some new Spidey adventures. I'm excited for Thor and the Guardians and Doctor Strange, but like it will feel a little off without Iron Man and Cap there. Do you agree?
Oh, 100% I agree, man.
Yeah.
100%. The two movies that seem to fare well without them, but like technically were mentioned, like Thor Ragnarok fared well because it was a funny movie. Yeah, but even they mentioned Tony Stark. Like Mark Ruffalo puts on this guy, I'm Tony Stark. Like he dresses up as him, you know.
They'll probably still mention Tony and Cap like throughout every movie, but
I think the Spider-Man 3 is almost doomed in a way. I feel like it shot itself in its own foot because Tony's so prominent in Spider-Man's life in the movies. And I loved seeing Tony Stark in Homecoming. I think that was really missing in Far From Home. I get he was gone, but for me, that was kind of missing in Far From Home. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not trying to sound like an MCU hater. I am so excited for everything in MCU. Like I trust me, I am. I am still so pumped. And like Black Widow, I can't wait for and all these shows. But like, DC made a statement yesterday, dude. Like how remember last year? I don't know if you watched it or paid attention to the Comic-Con Hall H for Marvel. And they announced Mahershala Ali as Blade.
I watched that on Twitter, yeah.
Yes, I watched that.
Basically, like, yeah.
Everything they announced. And like Phase 4 excitement, I was like, oh my God. And I'm still excited for Phase 4. But like everyone's like, DC, you suck. Everyone was like giving DC flack because like their panel was weak and they didn't really have a panel much. You know, Warner Bros. Was trash. Then they hosted their own DC Fandom event. They had this little trick up their sleeve the whole time. And they literally pulled the ultimate hold my beer and sit your ass down because we're here to shine. The DC Fandom event that excuse me, the website never crashed for how many people were watching it. Like at one point it said like 80-some thousand people were tweeting about it. Just tweeting about it. I was like, so it was trending all over Twitter, the Batman. I mean, anyone who posted Batman videos this weekend, you did good. You had a good content day. Let's be real.
You did.
Yeah. And I can't believe like how just well the event went. They had some fillers in there and stuff, but like it was so good. You had Chris Daughtry perform in there. Like it was one of the best events I've ever seen. I hope they do it every year. I was like, I cannot believe they pulled this off. I couldn't believe it.
It's crazy. I watch stuff like that. I keep track of it on Twitter. That's how I do it. Like, I'm obviously excited for like even with Comic-Con and stuff. I always just check Twitter frequently because I'm not really like I don't really have the attention honestly to watch like the whole panel. That's just me. But it's still like super cool they were able to pull this thing off. DC, the future of DC and Marvel is interesting. It'll be like, obviously they're always in competition, but you can still enjoy both. And like, we could save the whole Batman talk for another time. Like my thoughts on them having possibly 3 like live action Batman in films at one point. I just like, I want them to clear the air a little with the timeline of the Pattinson Batman. If like, if that's in its own universe, say the same universe as Joker, I would be super down for that. And like maybe just refer to like Arthur Fleck's Joker a little bit and like have that as its own thing. And then Batfleck and them are in the other thing. I know the Flashpoint movie is going to try and like tie all this together. Like you were saying earlier with the multiverse thing. So we'll see how all that plays out. We'll see how all that plays out. But I'm still excited for like all the MCU movies, probably a little more just because it's the MCU's like my baby. Like I love the MCU.
No, I hear you.
But I am pumped for this Batman movie. Probably one of the most anticipated movies in general now, just because of how it seems so gritty from any other Batman we've got. And it's like it seems like it's going to be that detective movie, like a battle between him and Riddler. Yeah.
Well, like, don't be wrong. Like, I don't want anyone to think like, oh, I'm not an MCU fan. I'm doing MCU content this week on my YouTube channel. You know, like I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's my favorite franchise of all time. I love the MCU, but the Infinity Saga is going to be hard to top. It really is.
Very. And I even said this, like, sorry, I cut you off. Go.
You're good. No trip. No trip.
I was saying after Endgame, I told Cam, I was like, that was so fantastic. I don't know how they are going to make a movie better than it. And they might even need to take a little break.
Yeah. And I think this pandemic low-key helped them out. They should have, Far From Home came out too early. Far From Home should have started Phase 4, if we're being honest.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And should have waited a whole year. I feel like it was kind of rushed and everything. They released the trailer. Like everywhere I go, I see his face and everything, you know, and all this stuff.
Like
but anyways,
spoilers.
Yeah, it's beside the point. But I think this break is going to help them out. Like, don't get me wrong. Like when Winter Soldier comes on, you don't think I'm going to be watching and reviewing that every week. When Black Widow comes out, Black Widow's probably my most anticipated thing for Phase 4 because we've seen footage from it, a lot of footage, and it looks badass. Like I know we're talking DC, but don't get me wrong. I don't want anyone to take it the wrong way. I'm still a huge MCU fan, but I am so happy for the DC universe. I think it's gonna be awesome.
They need to. Maybe they should retitle themselves, like not the DCEU anymore. Like I don't know. I just want them to like clarify some things. I don't know if that makes sense or not, especially if they like change timelines and stuff with like the Flashpoint movie. It's all bizarre to me. I don't know. I'm just not as in touch with the DC, and I haven't watched some of the later movies, so I don't even know how connected they all seem when you watch them. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, so this is what we can kind of wrap up the DC fandom talk. We can talk about our last thing we're talking about in the show next. But I think if this Matt Reeves Batman is taking place in the same universe as Joker, how badass would it be if we saw like a 10 years later end of Joker, like post-credit scene, and he just came walking up or something like that. Or like you see Bruce Wayne get in his car, then you see a poster of the Joker like riding in the crowd of Gotham rioting in the end of Joker. That would be dope. And you see Batman see him. I don't know exactly how like what the time zones are playing out, but like, you see him like on the screen and like he's sitting on the truck, the car that's on fire. And like everyone's screaming for his name. Like how crazy would that be? That would be that's insane. Like if they're in the same universe, that is a missed opportunity to use. The only thing is because Joker was so like soon, and like you see that he's like the reason that Thomas and Martha Wayne were murdered. Like so, it would have to be like it would be a much older Joker based on like probably 10, 15, maybe 20-year gap. Because he's a kid in the first one. Like I think what you were saying, like maybe either he like gets out or whatever, and there's like a quick cameo shot of him, or even just like mention of him or something in the after credits would be like the best way to go about it. I think just acknowledge that it's in the universe, because I doubt there's no way they're getting Joaquin back. He won an Oscar. Joaquin is not coming back. Yeah, I can agree with that, but like it would be cool. Like, and I guess that you made a good point because it showed like definitely Joker is a lot older than Batman. I always forget. I've only seen Joker once. I need to go back and rewatch it. But like, I'll say this very confidently. DC is just, they're not here to play any more games. Joker last year getting nominated for 11 Oscars. Yeah. The Batman might not get nominated for that many Oscars, but like the Batman, looking at it from now, could easily secure a Best Picture nomination. But Matt Reeves doesn't get that much love.
That'd be monumental. Monumental if that happened.
And so the Academy made the rule of 10 Best Picture nominations every year now. But 2021, we all have to think about this. How many movies got postponed that we were excited for? 2021 is going to be, no lie, the best year for movies of all time if we get there. If like we can get to see the movies next year. Not that we're going to die. We might. The world's crazy. Yeah. Zombies are coming, I'm telling you. But okay, moving on from DC Fandom. I wish I could do that every day what I did yesterday. I had posted 5 videos. I was like, God, that was so fun. Just watching it. I was watching basketball on my TV, and I was watching a Fandom event on my computer. It was beautiful. I got my Fandom merch. I'm so excited for it. And we'll talk about this before. I know obviously yours is going to be the Batman. I guess you're not excited about it, but like if you can't watch the Batman, but you can watch any of the other movies right now, right this second. What are you choosing? From Black Adam, Static Shock, Flashpoint, Suicide Squad, and Aquaman 2. We could even toss in there. We don't know much about it. And even Wonder Woman 84.
I'll go the Suicide Squad because I think that it's it's like James Gunn. And I like James Gunn, and I want to see if it can right the wrongs of the first Suicide Squad film. And if it does, I'm anyone out there.
I hear you.
Suicide Squad, like I'm going in totally open-minded. Like I want this movie to be amazing, and I would love to see it just blow the water out of that other Suicide Squad movie. I think that's what it's going to do. I think that's what they're probably going to make jokes about the Suicide Squad, the 2016 film.
Yeah. No, I 100%.
They're probably it's gonna be like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool making fun of like Origins Wolverine and like Green Lantern. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And like the world is so open for this movie. It's gonna be epic. And the cast, like everyone's like, how many people think you're gonna die? I'm like, I don't think half this cast is gonna make it through the whole film. No way. But it's like a 1970 or 1980, I don't know, old war movie. They were calling it. That's what it's like with like super badass people, super villains, and all that. I was like, damn, I have to go Suicide Squad as well. Come on.
I'm excited for Wonder Woman 84 though, even though I haven't seen the trailer yet. I think it got overshadowed on Twitter because I get my news from Twitter usually. It got overshadowed by Batman and Suicide Squad news.
And you know what? I have to take the Suicide Squad back. I want to see the Snyder Cut right now. I want to see Snyder Cut that bad.
I'm not even like that excited for it. I may or may not watch it, and it's just because like I don't, I haven't even seen the Ultimate Edition. For someone who's not like as hardcore of a fan, I'm not as like amped about it. But totally understand why you're hyped for it. Like it's gonna be different than way different than the Justice League.
I don't think there is a. Is there a Justice League Ultimate Edition?
No,
I thought it was yeah. Oh,
I was saying like 4-hour version can be completely.
Oh yeah. No, well, so that's what I don't understand. People are like, who've seen the trailer, like I've seen the Justice League movie many times, but people are always like, "There's not that much different." Like we kind of saw the same things, and I was like, "Yeah, it's technically the same movie, but like if you think that's not a complete different movie or trailer, you're tripping." We got that line like "Never fought us, not us united." Aquaman just looked great. Ben Affleck looked like healthy and happy, and Black Suit Superman it got me going. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was feeling good. I was like, shut the front door. Shut the front door. And they played it was one of the most beautiful, and I don't get off it. I know I'm riding Zack Snyder hard right now. They played the song Hallelujah in the background. And it's like a metaphor because it's like hallelujah that this movie's getting made. But also it was one of the most beautiful freaking movies. We're getting more Flash and more Cyborg. And it was already Zack Snyder X. He's very big on slow motion and like cool scenes. And and like he showed some of those in the trailer. And I'm so happy for the guy. I wish nothing but the best. And I'll wrap up on that for the DC fandom. It was a statement, and a lot of people are going to be looking at that and going, damn, they did a damn good job. Kevin Feige might not be shaking his britches because he's confident, but he might be like, we need to come up with something quick.
Kevin Feige is going to be like, hey, DC, hold my beer. Fantastic Four, X-Men. Like, I already know that's
perfect. Bring it on.
Yes. I can't wait for all of it, though. Like, I want that healthy competition because I want the best content from DC and Marvel.
Yes.
But I kind of want to talk about, to close out this episode, just our top 5 favorite DC movies in general. It doesn't even have to be in order. Just like DCEU, DC. It could be Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. It could be any DC movie. It could be animated. Just like, what are our favorites? Because like, I feel like everyone just focuses on the DCEU, but there's a lot of great DC films as well that are just apart from the expanded universe or extended universe, whatever they call themselves. Obviously, I want to talk about Wonder Woman and Man of Steel. Those are the two I have from the DCEU. Those are my two favorite, I believe, from the DCEU. Man of Steel has one of the best scores like ever, straight up. Not even as a superhero, like ever. It gets me so pumped. Like I'll be running and I'll be like, I'm gonna pace myself and then like that song on, and I'll like take off. And when it ends, I'm like, oh, I'm out of breath. But
I hear you.
And then Wonder Woman as well has a really kick-ass score too, and very great movie. Just like it was like one of the first superhero movies led by a female, which was epic to see. And then it's just beautiful. Like the opening on Themyscira, I believe is the name. I could be mispronouncing that. Very beautifully shot. And then the last like act isn't as great, but it's still got the emotional punch with the Steve Trevor stuff. So I'll go with those two from the DCEU.
I need to rewatch Wonder Woman, but I remember when I watched it in theaters the first time, I wasn't the biggest fan. This is back years ago. And then when I rewatched Wonder Woman at home, I was like, man, and like how they do the whole Steve Trevor thing. He says something, we can't hear it, but it shows back what he says, and he tells her like, I'm in love with you and I love you and all that stuff. I was like, God, that was Patty Jenkins is she knows what she's doing. She's really great. Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, both on my top 5 from DC Extended Universe. Man of Steel is my top 10 favorite comic movies of all time. It's fantastic. Birds of Prey, my second favorite DCEU movie. You need to see it. It is so dang good. God, it's good. And Dark Knight, obviously have to throw that on there. I don't know. Did you talk about Joker? I was
going to talk about the whole Dark Knight trilogy. I was going to bring that up next. Like, obviously, the whole Dark Knight trilogy is phenomenal. I think that the most fun of the movies might be The Dark Knight Rises. I don't think that's very hot of a take. Like, the most, like, I hesitate to say rewatchable because I know a lot of people like rewatch The Dark Knight, but I think you could throw on The Dark Knight Rises anytime really and just like get entertainment from it. And The Dark Knight is a heavier film with like the Joker stuff, but it's still very rewatchable.
No, don't get me wrong. I love them both. I always say I prefer Dark Knight Rises. I think The Dark Knight is a better movie, but The Dark Knight Rises
of the trilogy,
yeah. Oh, if I ranked them, yes, but like The Dark Knight Rises is so much more rewatchable for me. So much more action, so much more of like, it's different. And I loved Tom Hardy as Bane. I love doing Bane's voice. I'm not going to do it here, but I love that movie. And The Dark Knight, though, if you go back and I rewatched Dark Knight long ago. And when I rewatched it, I was like, oh my God, just seeing Heath Ledger come on as good evening, ladies and gentlemen, how he comes in, you're just like,
yep.
God, he takes the drink. And we are tonight's entertainment. Yeah, no,
everyone would always quote in school. They'd be like, "I'm gonna make this pencil disappear." Everyone said,
"Yep, exactly." Yeah,
like there's so many great quotes from it. Ledger gives a performance of a lifetime. Like that's such a phenomenal performance. And the score by Hans Zimmer is fantastic. The opening with the robbery, and you see everyone getting picked off one by one. It's brilliant stuff.
Yep. And then no. I killed the bus driver.
Yeah. Do you like Begins? Like we didn't talk about Begins. Batman Begins.
So you know what? I need to rewatch Begins because I haven't seen it since I was a little kid. But I remember as a little kid, I watched it all the time on DVD.
Yeah.
Like I watched it. It was like a childhood movie. Like I always had it on. Mm-hmm. I was telling you before the show, but like Batman, like might be my favorite superhero of all time because of like how much like nostalgia I have for him.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to rewatch Batman Begins, and then I'll probably rank the trilogy and all that stuff. But like, yeah, I want to rewatch Batman Begins because I love Dark Knight and Rises so much. I know Ra's al Ghul, and it's like Batman Begins, and the bats and everything like that. So I could definitely need to check it out another time though. But and then we could toss Joker is one of the best made movies of last year. It's fantastic.
Joker is a top 3 movie for me last year, and it's weird because like when I first saw it, I was so uptight about like worrying about something going on in the theater because the media had stirred up all this fear. And then when I saw it again at home, I enjoyed it substantially more. Like I was not worried, and I really was able to just appreciate the certain scenes more. Joaquin gives a phenomenal performance, one Best Actor, rightfully so. And I think the movie has like messages about like just. Not only just like mental illness, but also just like society. I know that's been a meme.
Yeah.
We live in a society, but it's just, it's more than just like a comic movie. And it got 11 Oscar nominations, rightfully so. Joker is just might not be the most rewatchable because of how heavy and dark the subject matter is. Very like dark and somber. But when I do watch the movie, I really appreciate the filmmaking aspect, and the final like 20-25 minutes, masterful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like when I first saw, I have not rewatched Joker. I bought it when it came out on Blu-ray, but like when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that might be one of the best movies of the year." It might be, and it was in my top 10. I think it was at number 10 because I based on movies on rewatchability, and like the Joker is a dark and like kind of scary movie. That when I left the theater, I didn't feel like I normally do when I left the theater. Normally, I left the theater, I'm like, I'm excited to talk about the movie. I'm like, oh my God, I left that. I felt weird, and then the more I thought about that.
Off-put.
Yeah, I was like, no, I was like, I felt the weirdness around me. I was like, this is just, I felt gross. And I thought to myself, that's a damn good movie if I felt like disgusted when I left.
Yes,
that's a damn good movie. Like I was like talking with my girlfriend about it, and we were talking. I was like, I don't know how I feel right now. She's like, yeah, I don't want to watch it ever again. And I own it. I need to watch it again because it's beautifully made. But I was like, yeah, it's definitely my favorite scene. It's like the little humor it has. When the little the short guy can't get the lock.
Oh yeah,
and then
it's a dark comedy basically. Like I felt so uptight the first time I watched it, but looking back, it's got some pretty funny moments. Like
Todd Phillips, really funny guy.
Like when he's dancing in the hospital and the gun falls out, like that.
Yeah, he picks up his like
he's like oh, like he runs over.
No, you're just like oh
Nikes. It's like you have to watch it like as a movie. Like there's dark humor in there for sure, but I want to say like the first hour does take its time for sure, which was an issue I had still with the movie. Is it's a slow burn, but I think that's on purpose, and I've started to realize that more. Like it's on purpose, and might not be the most rewatchable movie, but it's the one I might try and revisit every year. Yeah,
and it's not for everyone. I want to get that loudly clear out of the way. It's not for everyone. But like after seeing the Batman trailer, it makes me want to watch this movie. It makes me want to watch the Dark Knight movies. It makes you want to go back and watch all the animated Batman movies. Like, DC is it's really on the right track. I'm really excited for them. I'm excited for the future of movies, and I'm so happy that you got to go see the movie at the movie theater.
Oh yeah,
because like that just gives me hope that theaters are coming back. But I'm sure they'll get closed again or something stupid. But
we got New Mutants coming out this week, I believe. Tenet is coming soon. We'll see if these movies actually hit theaters, how the box office numbers do. But Trevor, do you have any final thoughts you want to say before we wrap this episode up?
No, man, it was just fun. We didn't have to do the mock scores, you know. This was just fun. Me and you shooting the stuff, talking like we planned on doing. I had a lot of fun, man. That's it. DC FANDOME was dope. If they did that event every year and when the world opened back up, if they wanted to do like a live event, I would buy tickets and I would go wherever it was.
Yeah, I might just prefer to like watch on Twitter because that's just how I am. I like to get my news fast and in like the best quality like as I possibly can. But overall, yeah, I was pretty pleased with the outcome. Like I said, I'm not the massive DC guy. You obviously are much more knowledgeable and the bigger DC fan of the two of us. But I enjoyed the Batman trailer a lot. I enjoyed the footage we saw of certain movies, and it gets me excited for DC, which is what it needs to do because I was like basically done with DC. Like I really liked Joker, like I said, but yeah, I just wasn't hyped for DC, and now I am. But thank you all for listening to this episode. I think that's going to do it. Had a lot of fun just sitting down and talking. We're going to do some more Mocksters episode in the future, possibly next week. Are we going to announce that now, or should we save it for Instagram?
We'll save it for the Instagram. Yeah.
You can check us out on Instagram at the Film Saga Podcast, where we post polls there for the Mockskers, which is a segment we do pretty frequently and regularly, where we each like pick a franchise or director or actor, etc., and pick some of their movies, and we give the best category for this: best actor, best performance, best blah blah, whatever. We do that, and it's a lot of fun for us. We plan to keep doing that in the future. Trevor, where can the people find you on social media and YouTube?
You can find me over on YouTube at Film Geeks. I want to shout this out. I recently hit 600 subscribers. That was really dope. So, yeah, I was pretty pumped with that. Happened overnight. I was like a 598. Woke up the next morning at 603, and I was like, all right, that's pretty sick. So, just makes you think that the little things that matter. Celebrate each milestone to all my fellow creators out there. Find me at Film Geeks on YouTube. Today's Sunday. We're recording this. So, Monday, when you guys are listening to this, you guys can check out my Lovecraft Country review. Very excited to talk about it. It's a good show. You need to check that out. You should check it out. We talked about it before, but you should check that show. Yeah. And at Twitter, TrevSandra1. I tweeted a lot about DC Fandom. I'm pretty active over there. And Instagram, the Film Saga Podcast, and also Trevor Sandra. You'll see me. I have my little, I think you see my picture. Yeah. So that's it. That's for me.
Yeah. And as for me, you can find me here on YouTube at Filmstocked, on Instagram at Filmstocked, on Twitter at ChrisBowie15, and Letterboxd at Filmstocked. I post reviews and ratings of every movie that I watch there, so that's a great way to keep track of what I'm watching. And of course, the Film Saga Podcast here, we plan to keep doing episodes every Monday for the foreseeable future. Audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that, Spotify, all that stuff. Video versions here. New episodes on Mondays. Thank you all for listening, sticking around. Yeah. And we'll see you guys later, and put a smile on your face. See you guys.
I see what you did.